Aisha, and I'm a former host of Mocha Single Mothers by Choice, or SMCs. Like you, as an SMC, I decided to become a mother, knowing I'd be the sole care provider and parent for my children, at least at the outset. The Mocha stood for Black, so I'm using the word Black, and I'll be discussing being a single mother by choice from a Black woman's lens. You'll connect with all the interesting and fun things about this non-traditional path, like discussing which sperm to use and some hard truths about fertility and the realities of dating as a single mother who doesn't have a co-parent to rely on occasionally, and what it's actually like to parent as an SMC. This is the Black Single Mothers by Choice podcast. For those who don't know, the way that I like to travel, especially internationally, one, I don't like to be rushed. But I like to go and see some touristy things, but I also like to get an insider's view of the country. And so Sri Lanka is a small country. So I'd say that we probably got to see half the country over those 21 days. But like I said, the details are in the episodes below. But we absolutely did it. And I traveled the way that I like to travel. I made sure we had 2 suitcases, one for checked luggage and then one to take on the plane. The kids each had their backpacks that had their tablets, so we were all set. I vacuum sealed everything. So each of us had our own separate vacuum sealed bag of our belongings within the larger suitcase. And so it was an amazing trip. We met up with friends. We had good food. The children, it's a core memory for the kids. But here are my thoughts, the tips and tricks on traveling with kids. And I will say that this episode stood the test of time. I will definitely put an asterisk next to traveling with a copy of your child's birth certificates. So up to this point in 2024, I had never been asked for a copy of my birth certificates. The trip to Sri Lanka, I was fine. Never asked for a copy of the birth certificates. It was not until I traveled recently to Costa Rica that I got asked about a second parent. And so it was out of the blue for me. I said there wasn't a second parent. They asked to see the birth. If you're curious about how these early conversations have evolved, you can find the full mashup episodes on Start to Finish Motherhood. Well, Pod, thank you so much for taking the time to listen. If you like what you've heard, please share this podcast with your girlfriends, and I'd love to hear your thoughts about the topics covered in this episode. So email me at mochasmc@gmail.com. If you found value in the topics covered, consider making a donation using the link in the show notes below. Till next time, Pod. Bye now.